guys, welcome to another episode of Mommy Needs a Break. It is a podcast for all of you moms out there who don't have it together because we ain't got it together. Make sure you follow our podcast, like, share, subscribe at MNAB Podcast. That's Mommy Needs a Break, in case you don't know what those letters mean. At MNAB Podcast, all over the internet. I am Megan Thomas at Meg Scoop everywhere.
And I am Marisa Johnson, and she is Marisa J.
And this lady right here, you see her, she's got herself on her shirt because I just realized that was you on your shirt. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. She's a comedian. She's one of the most honest mothers I know online. She had a preemie baby and she documents her whole story online. Follow her. Her name is Kanisha Buss. Kanisha. Hi guys. AKA. Oh my god. Kanisha, you be, when I look at your baby, she's so cute. First of all, her hair is luxurious.
Thank you.
It looks like a baby wig. It is so perfect. But I used to think that she was like terrorizing you because of like how you did stuff, and then I felt bad for you, and then I was like, I don't know if I should feel bad for the baby, and then I saw how she was like, I was like, okay, well it's your daughter. Your daughter really do be like, she be acting crazy.
She be terrorizing me.
She does.
I have not had nothing to eat hot since she was born. She's 7 months, by the way, so she'll be 7 months on the 26th.
That's so funny.
I have not eaten any hot food, and she'll be chill. I document this all the time. She'll be chill the minute I sit down with that food. It's showtime, like action. So, and then I gotta take care of her and tend to her, and then you can only warm your food up so many times before you like, I'm done. So, like, let me just go ahead and eat this cold ass.
But your food is always, you are known for making some
bomb vegan food.
It's just even before vegan.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Down
I can
in
cook
the kitchen.
okay? But it's all cold now. Daddy gets hot food. Mommy eats whatever's left.
Right.
So before we get into all this, we have a segment called Ain't No Shame. It's our time where, well, you always have no shame.
None.
But it's our time where it's a no judgment zone. It's our confession time.
Yes.
And let it out. Get it off our chest. So mine, ain't no shame in using WIC coupons for formula, even if you don't qualify.
Wait, which coupons did you have?
Okay, so a family member, an in-law, I won't say their name, had told me, oh, you're not working right now? Because, no one works after they have a baby.
Right.
Like, oh, yeah, just go down there and tell them that you're like a single mom and, whatever.
I hope they're not watching this.
I know, right? They're gonna ask for all that money back.
Hey, no judging.
I'm not judging.
Well, maybe, I'm not saying it was me. Like someone else did it. Somebody else did it, and I was like, oh, I'm not judging you. And you just go down there, and they just told them they were single. They removed their ring, and
It was you, girl.
it wasn't me. It was somebody else.
They not gonna come
And they weren't tripping, and I gave the person all the coupons.
Yeah.
Up until like
Oh, you don't have to fill out any paperwork?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
I should have did this.
And you can get so much for me. And the person's mom was like shaming them. Like, you better not be in there doing that again this pregnancy. and that person told me that like, mind your business. Don't worry about what I got going on over there.
I mean, if they give it to you, they give it to you.
I feel like you pay enough taxes.
Then you should
Like,
get some coupons.
You should get some coupons.
Wait, does it mean you have free formula or just like reduced?
Free.
No, it's free. Free fruit,
It's
vegetables,
completely
cheese,
free.
cereals,
It's
everything.
free.
What?
And I know this person's sister. They had told them about it, and they couldn't do it. Like, you're a liar. I don't know how you can go through with these type of things.
Oh wow.
So I didn't have any shame.
Oh, no shame.
Whatever.
Ain't nobody judging you or your friend who did this.
Right.
Baby, any means necessary.
Right.
Okay?
Means
Goodness.
necessary. Okay. I have an ain't no shame, and that is ain't no shame in letting your child go pantsless to the store. Of course, this is age appropriate, so if your child is like 6 or 7, put some pants on them because that's weird. But if they're cute and they still have shirts that snap at the bottom, that means they ain't gotta wear no pants, girl.
That's an outfit.
So like where? What store?
Like I go to the grocery store. Maybe. And then when I let him out, he be walking around and be like, oh, he ain't no pants on.
Shoes?
He wears shoes because
Okay,
we can't let him. He just started walking and his
shoes.
feet can't be touching the little dirty ground.
Yeah.
But so he'll have on shoes with a little onesie snapped at the bottom with no pants on. I've done it a few times. When we go on walks, he never has pants on.
Oh wow. He just
He doesn't have no pants, and he doesn't wear pants at home. So if we're like leaving the house, then I'm gonna just be like, all right, snap. Because the onesie don't even be snapped in the house. I'll be honest.
Right.
It just be flapping. And people always get on me when I like show him on social media. They're like, why don't you snap the 3 buttons?
Do me
That's a
unsnap.
lot.
That was a lot.
would do the 2 outside.
If you do the 2 outside ones, you got
No, for some reason it is. I'll snap the 2 and then like, because you don't snap it so much. He just like I'm just let.
That's why I'm saying I don't snap his onesie. It's y'all lucky I snapped it when we went to the grocery store. Because usually I just be like, look, diapers close enough. That's close enough to pants, right? Y'all secretly judging.
I'm not judging.
Y'all no shame.
Ain't no shame.
Kanisha, you have ain't no shame.
Ain't no shame in skipping baths for a couple days because my baby's still young. So I find myself, well, yeah, you want to get in the bath? We gotta take a bath, and then it's nighttime. I'm gonna give you a bath in the morning. then in the morning, like, you want to get a bath tonight? And then I'm like, okay, it's been about 5 days. Baby in the bath, you know.
I still do that.
I'll
do it like one day. I do one day. Like last night, because we were, if we're filming, I was like, I can't do this. I know she smelled hot, like outside. I was like, I'm not ready to go outside. Go to bed.
Yeah, just put as long as you get the baby wipe in the neck to get the milk, then I feel like.
And the face in the hand.
Let's brush your teeth. Let's go brush your teeth. I make her brush her teeth every night.
If she gotta brush her teeth, you might as well just throw her in the bed.
No, she loves the bath. It's like an hour process.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
it's like take all the toys out, play. Mommy raising fingers. And then she puts all the toys back. Got a lotion if she want a lotion.
Yeah, that does take a
Wash the hair. It's a lot.
You got a whole bath tonight, okay?
Yeah.
You got a whole bath. Matt be giving a whole bath every other night. If we at the house and we didn't go anywhere, then he ain't getting no bath.
Yeah, it's
for
just
sure.
The hands, and it's like,
oh yeah, the hands.
Your
Yeah.
feet ain't doing. You're not going nowhere. She's
Right.
sitting. She's only 7 months, so she
definitely
just learned to crawl 2 days ago. So she ain't going nowhere.
Right. Actually, guys, we like to share mommy tips about some of the things we've learned along the way, and one of those things I will say has to do with just formula. This is what I did because I couldn't make enough milk to breastfeed, so Matt was always half breast milk, half formula, and that was don't warm up your bottles from the very beginning. If you are a formula feeding mama, just do regular room temperature water. It will save your life. I had a friend who she always warmed up her daughter's milk. So, and her daughter's a couple months older than my son, and she was like, "Oh, I can't give her the milk. It's not warm enough." Her daughter would not drink milk if it was not warm. So she's like going everywhere trying to find a warmer and all this stuff. And she's like, "Oh, I left my warmer at home." I was just like, "Oh, I just be taking like regular water bottles and just like pouring it." Okay. And so, yes, if you start your child off at the very beginning, when you start, don't warm up the bottles.
I didn't warm up mine.
See, and they're just used to it.
Yeah,
I'm a warm and full. You hear that baby gets that warm milk.
Really?
I am a warm.
I know.
Breastfeeding?
Yeah, I'm breastfeeding, and I make because I don't make enough breast milk either. But I'm not a fan of formula, so I make alkaline, vegan, electric baby formula.
What?
I home make it. It's hemp seed hearts, sea moss,
Nice.
coconut oil, agave, and water. You blend it, and then you strain it through a nut bag about 4 times. Bomb.
What?
And it has everything you needed in it. And you know, sea moss has 109 of the 126 minerals you need. And the brain development is out of this world.
When did you start that?
This is the crazy part. So because she was in the NICU, they started giving her the preemie formula. And so when she came home, I was giving it to her, and every night for hours, even when she was asleep, she was grunting. And I keep telling them, yo, something is wrong with my baby. And they're like, no, babies make noise. Her belly button popped out this big. So we had to go see, they scheduled us for a surgeon. It was from all the grunting. She had this huge hernia. So I was like, you know what? I don't want her to have the formula no more. 2 days after stopping the formula, she never grunted again. And within a week, her entire hernia went down. And the surgeon was like, she's good. And that's because I took her off the formula and gave her the, and sea moss heals your body and everything. So I'll send it to you. You guys can post it. It is.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt is now on like regular milk, but we'll still do
Yeah,
that.
well, you can drink it as us too. Like we drink it at the
Yeah.
house, put strawberries in it, whatever. It's amazing.
So did they shame you when you told them that's what they were?
They told me it was a coincidence. It wasn't, but you know, Western medicine will
Oh, yeah,
always
I know
go
that.
against
Yeah.
what you're saying. So I have to know that going in there,
Yeah.
and I try not to give them, as
Too
much
much
information because it's just going to be an argument. But there's no way it's a coincidence. And I kept telling something's wrong with her. And so at about 2 months is when I switched, and within 2 days.
See, your mommy instincts. You always trust your instincts because you always know.
You
about
do.
your baby.
You know when your baby's struggling. If they're
Right.
even when they're asleep, I was like, my baby's so uncomfortable. And you're all teary-eyed, like, I'm failing
Oh my
because I
gosh.
can't. I don't know what to do to help my baby, and they're not listening to me.
So where'd you get that recipe?
Offline, we follow Dr. Sebi in our house,
Yeah.
and we, read up on a lot of his stuff. So we got it off there, the Alkaline Vegan, his website or whatever. So
I'm gonna try.
I love it. It's good.
I'm gonna try that.
Even if you just give it to them one a day, just everything that's in there. Coconut oil is amazing for the body. And if the doctor tries to say, oh, it doesn't have enough fat in the coconut oil, has a lot of fat.
Right.
In it, so.
And eat some avocados. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Enough fat for the day. All right.
Wow. Okay, let's see. My mommy tip is since Halo is 2 now, I've been getting her used to chores, like getting your baby used to chores. So I bought her own nice little hamper. My mom bought her a broom, a mop set. She got a spray bottle with some wipes and a sponge. So every night I take off her clothes. I'm like, Halo, put your clothes in the hamper. She puts her clothes in her hamper.
Ooh, good.
She has her little broom. If she sees me sweeping, she'll sweep with her little broom, spray her little bottle. She knows how to wipe with Halo, clean your hands, clean your own hands. So she cleans her own hands. So getting them used to responsibility, and even with the second baby coming, just trying to get her used to doing things on her own.
Oh yeah,
just teaching her, this is where things go. I'm not gonna have a crazy looking house just because I have babies.
That's good. No, teach them young. Kids are capable of doing it. If they can mess up your house, they can clean it up.
Right. Exactly. So.
And do you have any mommy tips for us?
You know what? My mommy tips is for the actual mother, because I always believe kids don't need a perfect mom; they need a happy mom.
Yeah.
And for me, especially because I'm so cheery, and people didn't expect me to have postpartum because I'm so, and I deal with it through comedy. I had to leave my house every single night. Her dad would get home, and I would go to Target for 2 hours, eating lactation cookies, looking at everything except baby clothes. You hear me? You have to find a way to get away, and people kind of make you feel bad because she was so young. You don't feel bad about leaving her. I didn't have the separation anxiety from her. It took me 4 months to even realize she was my baby. It's a baby. I know it's a baby, but I couldn't grasp that it was my baby. And I had to go. And I'm still like that. You have to go, and you'll feel bad for not feeling bad because you feel like, damn, I should not feel like this. But it's normal sometimes to not have that automatic connection and feel like you have to get away. They glamorize motherhood to make it seem like you just are so in love all the time.
Right.
And you're not, and I had to learn that's okay. So my mommy tip is make sure you're happy and get away, and don't let people make you feel bad about getting away, even if it's for 30 minutes.
And you know what? That's so funny you say that, because I used to always ask my mommy friends, when does it get fun, guys? And I just never had that connect, because when Mav was first born, I didn't have the connection of you're right, baby, I love you so much. I was so in awe of him, but I was just oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with having it. I have to make sure you eat the right stuff. I'm researching to make sure I give you formula because my breast ain't making enough milk. Am I pumping enough when I do pump? All this stuff. I was so concerned with taking care of him that I didn't just stop and go, I love you. And it took me a while for that connection to happen. And I think it happened when he smiled at me, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. You like me? You don't see me as just somebody your housekeeper or your personal assistant. You really like me?
Your housekeeper. And I watched my sister and have her baby. She had the whole TV emotional cry. I mean, it was it was love at first sight.
It's oh, my bad.
I was just sitting there and then we talked about it just a couple weeks ago. She's like, yeah, I thought it was gonna be the other way around. I was so calm. The baby came out. I was so calm. I asked if someone could go get me a frappuccino. I was laying on the bed. Everybody thought something was wrong with me. They were like, are you okay? Are you fine? And it was just, okay, so what do I gotta do next? I think that's just who I am. But I thought I was gonna be more emotional. It wasn't until everyone left, the baby was here, we kind of got on a routine, and I was sitting in her room with her.
Yeah.
And I started crying, but that took weeks.
Yeah.
I just started bawling, crying, oh, this is my little baby.
Yeah.
But at first, my sister, it was just instant pop, my baby. What is that?
How do you get that?
What is that about? But I didn't have that. It was literally okay, she good.
Yeah.
She good.
Did you guys both get your kids right away? They're skin to skin right
Yes.
away?
I requested it. They didn't let you do it?
She was too young. She had to run to the NICU. I see my baby for 2 minutes, and then I didn't see her again for 34 hours.
Shut up.
Yeah, because she was born, they wrapped her up. First they threw her on me, and I was just like, all right, this is weird. And they wrapped her, the nurse held her. I didn't even get to hold her. They're letting me pose for pictures. She's gone. My blood pressure shot up to 198, so I was at risk for a stroke. So I'm on a magnesium drip. She's in the NICU, and I couldn't leave. I didn't see her for 34 hours. So then when I first see, they were wheeling me in the wheelchair, and I was like, the baby. And then I think the more the emotions of her being in the tubes and everything is what caught me over it being my baby. Because if I see any baby like that, I'm just going to be, oh, the babies. Yeah. But I will say this, because I love Grey's Anatomy, and I'm telling you, I love me some Arizona Robbins and I'm telling you, some Alex Karev. I was so comfortable with her being in the NICU from always watching that show. I'm telling you, TV will really help. I knew the terms that they were saying, so I wasn't, freaked out. It's just, I just wanted to get my baby out of the bubble because she was over. She was just looking at me like, yo, this is not it.
And then she was there for how long?
She was there for 14 days.
Oh wow!
She was in the NICU for 14 days. I ended up back in the hospital in the cardiac ward because you can develop postpartum cardiomyopathy. You get a heart disease from the baby, and it develops in the last trimester or 6 months after you have the baby. So my initial heart scans, they were not sure if I was gonna have surgery, be on meds for the rest of my life. Again, I take my CMOS, I take my soursop, I take my herbs, and as of my last scans, everything is back to normal. So, and they told me that with postpartum cardiomyopathy, another baby could be fatal. So, it was a lot of information at that time. But I like being in the hospital because the baby was in the hospital, so. And nothing wrong with a little NICU. I don't know how y'all brought your baby straight home. I don't even think I could have handled that. I had 14 days to heal and be at home before I had full. I don't know how did you guys both do natural birth?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. You go home in 2 days?
Yeah, they give you, if it's natural, it's just 48 hours.
Yeah, 2 days.
And you gotta watch the baby?
Yeah. That's something we were just talking about.
I don't know. That's probably why I got postpartum depression or postpartum anxiety, because I just was not ready. And my mom came and stayed for a month, because that's Asian culture. But when she left, I was like, what is going on? Who's going to take care of this baby? I don't know how. And then Marlon left 2 days after my mom because he had an emergency in a different state. And so I was literally... The first time I had taken care of my baby by myself was at when he was 5 weeks old, and I was crying with him. I was holding him crying. He stopped crying because he was like, okay, well you cry then. Yeah. And it was just it's a lot.
I see how women snap. I see how you could snap because I couldn't imagine having her those first 14 days. I don't know how you even expected to do that.
It's hard. It is. My blood pressure rose. I went into a whole seizure. Because there's just too much going on with. You know
what? We ain't talking about no scrolling today, y'all. We just gonna talk about this because this is so interesting, right? All right, let's keep this going. Okay, so I will say this: when I first, because we've done a lot of stuff together online for All Deaf. I remember I always felt like you were just a free spirit. You would go live your life. You would do whatever. I never thought you were into having kids.
Me neither.
And now when I see you, you are the most amazing mother. Hilarious, talking about your child, and now I'm motherhood is you.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I can't believe it. I love it though. I'm so glad that you are a mom.
Motherhood to me was always up in the air. I was never sure. I'm 37 with, and they always try to get on you about the age thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm 37 with a freaking newborn. And even my grandmother was crying. First of all, it took her 20 minutes to believe me that I was pregnant. And then after she believed me, she was like, oh my God, we never thought this was going to happen. I mean, they are just making such a big deal out of it. And I'm just sitting here going, I don't even know how. I mean, I know how it happened, but I don't know how it happened. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. And it's crazy. I'm going, I really love this, don't I? It's so weird.
I know you have a whole mommy page now.
Yes, the mommy page. Yes. I have so much content for that I haven't released. I'm building up the followers, but I have so much that I'm gonna put out. And I just finished editing a sketch that's getting ready to go on tonight because the car seat, when you first adjust into the car seat.
Oh yeah.
I have hit my baby. And so many with that car seat, I feel awful.
The strap?
No, when you're lugging it around and you keep getting corners.
Yeah.
Girl, wait till I'm gonna put this sketch up. It is so true. And there's so many bars and medals at my complex, and I hit her up against the pool, and I'm just like, oh my God, my baby. And if you take the cover back, she's always just looking at me like, yo, can you get it together? So little things like that are honest. And one thing I appreciate. Appreciate about myself is one thing I've always admired about myself is no matter how bad it is or good it is, I'm always willing to share.
Yeah.
And so many mothers and even husbands, and they're asking me for advice on how to help their wives, and oh my God, I wish I had the courage to say the things that you be saying about.
I know, because you said something about your whole experience about how when your daughter fell on the floor.
I think you text me with that.
And you could. I'll tell you. Kanisha was in the ER, like still documenting what was going on, and I was like, I cannot believe this,
girl. And
I was so proud of you. I was like, I love this because I feel like I am you.
That whole fire department, and they was all looking good too. You know, it was all like, are y'all shooting a film after this? Everybody was fine, but I'm in there panicking. Baby didn't stop crying. They're like, you know, you can pick her up, like, but you're not supposed to move their neck, and they're like,
hold on, the fire department came to your house?
Girl, I called everybody. Okay, at that part I was still in a panic, and I didn't want to record for them to think I was neglecting her. That's how she felt, because they'll try to, you know, ask me if I did it on purpose when I went to the hospital.
Oh my God.
Because they're trying to, you know, see what's going on. So, and then, you know, what the fuck you mean I dropped my baby on purpose? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, the whole fire department was in the freaking house, girl. They trying to document, and I'm grinning and crying because they was looking so good. And,
I can't with you.
And then the way they take your baby to the hospital is they lay you down and then make you just hold the baby. So now I'm rolling through the hallway and everybody looking, and I'm just holding the baby going, we're good.
She was still crying.
No, she stopped crying. I was the one that was still, she be looking at me like, yo, you gotta get it together. I'm the one crying.
Right.
So, but her dad, you know, he still, anytime we get into it, because having a baby is a straight on relationship, he will bring that up. Like, I dropped this girl off Eiffel Tower. You would think I went up there and just released her, yo. Oh my God, like Suge Knight just be handing babies out the window, Michael Jackson. And I'm like, yo, first of all, our couch is about this low, which is low to the ground. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She rolled herself off. I didn't do nothing. I went to the kitchen and then I looked back and you know, you don't see your baby.
Yeah.
Yo, and we have hella pillows. I didn't even notice she was on the floor, yo. I could just hear her crying and I'm throwing pillows and then I look and I'm like, yo, how did you get down there?
Right.
But she dropped herself, so I'm not did nobody tell you to be doing all that extra mess, so.
Now talk to me, your daughter was born, you said you were 33 weeks pregnant. What happened? Like, what was that day like?
Forget that day. I was in labor all week and nobody believed me. Everybody kept saying the baby was just dropping Braxton Hicks. I'm over exaggerating, and it was gas. And I'm that night before she was born, I'm on all fours in the bed crying. I'm like, yo, how am I gonna make it through real labor if I can't make it through the baby dropping? Because this is what I'm assuming it is. And I have the video of that morning, and I'm in just, and it's posted on my mom page, and I'm like, yo, this gas, because now at this point I think it's gas. He's telling me it's gas, my sister's telling me it's gas. I'm like, yo, I am dying from this gas. I just happen to have a doctor's appointment at 10:30 in the morning. So I'm driving, and I'm on the phone with my sister, and every 3 minutes, mind you, the day before I was shopping for my dress for my baby shower, I'm in the mall in labor going, trying on the dresses. My sister, every 3 minutes, I'm like, the baby, the gas. She's like, I think you are having the baby and we made a mistake. So I'm sitting in the what is it, the doctor's office every 2 minutes. This gas, They're like, are you okay? I'm like, yo, the gas is bad. Her dad meets me there with some probiotics and was like, this is gonna help you for the gas. Feeds it to me in dips. They freaking bring me in the back, and I thought I was miscarrying because she goes, when's the last time you heard your baby's heartbeat? So now I'm panicking, and she opens the door and goes, help, I need help. Call 911, okay? What? And so I'm like, yo, what is going on?
You're at the doctor's office?
Yes, and she gonna yell, help. So at this point, I'm thinking that I lost the baby because they can't find the heartbeat. Well, they couldn't find it because she was breached. She done turned herself around. They were like, you're 3 centimeters dilated, you're breached. So they sent me over to the hospital again. Some of the finest firefighters. I don't know what's going on with these LA firefighters, but let me tell you something. They are scrumptious, okay? So they take me to the hospital, and then they give me steroids, and they give me something to slow down, what is it called? The labor.
Right.
Let me tell you something. You think you're smart until you realize sometimes you're dumb. Do you know that I thought when they said they were going to slow down the labor, I thought they were going to stop it until my due date, like I was going to go home.
You going to wait another 7 weeks?
I thought I was going to go home and realize. Sometimes you're just out of your mind, and she goes, honey, there's no stopping. Like we're slowing it down, but you're having the baby within the next day or so. But this is the thing, and I really want to focus on this real fast. You know, black women die 256% higher than white women in labor. And let me tell you something, I experienced how these fools almost killed me. If I ever get pregnant again, I will have a doula with me. Yes. My sister was supposed to be here, but she came early. They gave me some pill, and they only gave me half of it. They gave me, or not a pill, but whatever the medication is, she gave me half the dose. And so she was like, tell me when you have to go to the bathroom. So I could feel it. She kept giving me a bedpan. She gave me another half, we were fine. as she was doing a shift change, she gave me the entire medication. And then she left. Now this time I have been talking myself through my contractions. Like it kind of numbed me, but I can still, like I was talking myself through the contractions and I was very calm. Whatever she gave me, it felt like within 10 minutes, a fireball. And it was the worst pain. It was worse than all of my pregnancy. And so I have new nurses, the doctor standing there, and I'm punching the side of the bed going, can somebody please help me? Something is wrong. And they're just looking at me and the doctor goes, are you on drugs? Because I'm not giving you any more drugs.
Gosh.
He thinks I'm exaggerating to fucking get more pain medication. And he goes, are you sure you're not on drugs? I'm not giving you. I said, I want you to reverse whatever you gave me. And I'm sitting there screaming, punching the freaking thing. The new nurse is looking at me. And at this point, I'm hallucinating the freaking Marlboro Man. The Marlboro Man is standing in front of me. He's wearing all black and he's turned to the side.
Was it Pitocin?
I don't know what it was. And she told me that later on I found another nurse was like, oh, that drug makes everybody hallucinate. That's why.
I think it was Pitocin. Yeah, because I was freaking out.
No, Pitocin makes it go faster.
Yeah, no, mine just slowed down. Whatever it did.
Hallucinate.
That probably made you hallucinate too, though. But I'm telling you guys, full Marlboro Man is telling me something is wrong with you. Do not believe something. He is telling me something is wrong.
Marlboro Man of all people.
Girl, the Marlboro Man, which is crazy because if I tell them, oh look, I'm seeing a Marlboro Man,
They're really gonna be like,
okay, she's crazy. So her dad comes. And he comes in the room, he goes, yo, I can hear you all the way down the hall screaming. Have you ever looked with somebody with so much desperation in your eyes? And I told him, I'm dying. Something is wrong. He goes, snatch the doctor. He's like, yo, my wife in here, she about to die. And they're sitting there arguing, and all of a sudden, my bladder explodes everywhere. Now, if it would have exploded internally, I would have went septic, and it would have killed me.
Oh, my gosh.
And I thought my water broke. I just felt it, and all the pain went away. I was like, oh, my water broke. And they're like, no, it's pee. And everybody's standing there and realize what happened. And you know how you can see everyone starting to try to cover for each other, and you know. So and then he was like, "Well, we'll give her an epidural, and then we'll give her a cath. But if that medicine you gave me had numbed me, I should have had a catheter at that point."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you're gonna ask me if I'm on drugs, girl. And the crazy part is a bomb private hospital.
Wow.
But again, it don't matter what. Serena had the same problems. All the money in the world, all the fame in the world. Anything in the world, black is what they see. Yep. And it's very, very sad. It's not all of them, but it's too many of them. Yeah. So then after that, the doctor was covering his, but everything, you okay, man? And then he sewed me up too tight. So I was like,
so basically, they should have gave you a catheter, so that's what happened. You couldn't pee.
I couldn't feel that I had to go pee, and it wouldn't pee because I couldn't nothing would come out. And it just was a constant. They're like, it's contractions. I'm like, contractions come and go. Yeah. That was the worst part of my pregnancy. Worse than delivering. And that was I have never felt pain like that in my life.
It's so crazy. Oh my gosh. This is what makes me not want to have a baby in a hospital again.
It's crazy. But this is what you go through, and then your kids get older and don't want to do homework and take out the trash. And you're like, hold up.
Let's go back through the story. I think that's what I'm going to do for Matt's birthday every year going forward. Because I heard somebody do this. They tell the birth story on his birthday. Like, this is what happened. And my friend, she says her daughter's 6 now. So every year her daughter wakes up and is like, Mommy, my birth story. Like, she loves it now. Like, she's like, this is a story of me. And then she said every year I tell it a little bit different depending on how I'm feeling that day. Like, if I'm having a great day, it's like all lovely. If it's a bad day, I'd be like, so the reason why you need to clean up your room
is because my mom used to show my sister her birthing video.
Oh, did she?
I don't know where it is now, but the whole thing.
That's cute.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me tape.
Yeah, they said no filming.
They wouldn't let. And also, my fiance almost got in a fight with a nurse because he was filming. He was like, "You out your mind." Yeah. And I knew you couldn't film in there because they're trying to cover their butts, liability reasons. And he was like, "Well, that's." And the nurse was like, "Well, that's the language here at the hospital." And he was like, "Okay, that's fine. Just go show me where it's written like that." She was like, "Fine. There's a document. I'll go get it." He was like, "Cool." But I pushed that baby out so fast, that baby was born before she came back. So we got on tape. Thanks, babe. Thanks for always being a rebel.
I love it.
So tell me about, nobody ever expects to have a preemie. What did you learn about preemies because you had one?
They're delicate, yo. You think a baby's delicate? When they told me I could bring her home for the hospital, I pulled over and cried. And I documented the video. I haven't posted. I was crying so hard because I don't know what to do with a baby that small. Like, the Pampers are this big. Like, if you think you're going to break a regular baby, the Pampers are this big. And I just was like, I'm going to break this baby. you know, so I mean, I think it's the same thing with any other baby is you got to be really delicate. But they're really not that different except they're smaller and they're more fragile. And other than that, trying to feed a baby whose mouth is this big and your boob is this big,
Right.
like I have a picture and it's like this and this, you know what I'm saying? But if your baby's in the NICU, I would say make sure you visit the baby every single day. And I mean, that goes without saying, but sometimes I was like, oh, I don't feel like going up there. I was like, I'm gonna go up there and see my baby because I was still recovering, you know? Well, I was gonna say something, I just totally blanked. My daughter has not slept in a bed because she slept in the bed once we put her down and she started crying like it was knives in it. So literally we would both stay up and we just held her, and now she's in a DACA cot, so she'll sleep in that. But I think because every time we put her down in the bed at the NICU, we would leave and she didn't know when we were coming back. And I think that trauma kind of hit her early. So if your baby's acting a fool, I know they'll tell you, just let her cry. But especially if they've been in the NICU somewhere where you had to leave them, you don't have to let them cry. If they need you to hold them, just hold them. And it might, you might not be able to go to sleep, but they're dealing with some type of abandonment trauma because they didn't know when they were going to see you again. Right. You know, so that's what it is.
I just thought about something. Because I went to Kanisha's baby shower. I just remembered you had your baby already.
Yes. I was in there popping.
Yes. She was like, no, she was. It just hit me right now. Yes. Oh, yeah, she had her baby.
She ruined everything. I was waiting to get the picture with his mom and my mom, and we're all set. You know what I'm saying? My family doesn't live here, so nobody got to see me pregnant. I was waiting. You want the pictures with your mom holding your stomach and your sisters, and I didn't get none of that, yo. I didn't get no maternity photos. I didn't get any of that. I'm like, you just did whatever you wanted to do, and I'm so hurt by it.
Oh.
I'm so hurt by it.
That's why I need to have one more. You can document this. I'll be so excited if you do. Okay, so the other thing is, what was it like? Okay, so you brought her home the first day. What did you do? What did the doctors tell you needed to do? What is it like taking a NICU baby home? Well,
first of all, if you can't pass the test, you got to watch 2 hours worth of videos. Then you got to take a full-blown quiz to get your baby up out of the NICU, or they will not. If you don't pass that test, you're not taking your baby nowhere. I mean, everything from the way you feed them to the way you're washing them to the way you're laying them down. Like, it was so much, and I was so overwhelmed. I really don't remember everything, but I remember 2 hours of videos of me and him just sitting there, and I'm like, yo, I really got to take an exam to get my baby up out of here. I don't even do good on tests. I hate multiple choice. I'm just like you're panicked, but yeah, you have to do that. They have all the different little medications and the irons and the stuff to make sure the baby's healthy. You have way more doctor's appointments than you would a regular baby, and they're small and their clothes are small and everything is just small. Me and him got completely defeated. See, we didn't even have our car seat yet. Our car seat was being delivered by Amazon. We had to borrow a car seat that neither one of us even knew how to work a car seat, so they wheeled the baby out there, and we're 30 minutes going back and forth with each other, like, we don't even know, and we both just sat there on the side, and the nurse goes, yeah, we're going to take the baby back to NICU. Because we could not figure out, we were so defeated by this car seat, okay? And, and the nurses, they're like, we're not allowed to help you. They don't. I was like, they need to have somebody on staff that can come out and make sure. And then you used to be able to take it to the fire department to make sure. They don't do that anymore. You have to schedule with the police department. It takes like 3 weeks for somebody to check your car seat, So we finally halfway got enough to get her home because we only lived 10 minutes from the hospital. And he done left his phone on top of the car and slides off. He's running over trying to get it out of traffic, the baby. I'm just like, yo, it's a lot. It is a lot.
Ooh. Y'all barely made it back.
We barely made it back with the baby. And luckily, my sister was coming down, and she ended up staying a whole week because they told us originally she was supposed to stay in the NICU till her due date. You know what I'm saying? But again, me being alkaline vegan while I was pregnant with her, she healed incredibly fast. She was off her breathing tubes within 24 hours.
That's what I can believe because your baby was born at 33 weeks. It's almost 2 months early. And she came home within 2 weeks.
Which is they're like, that doesn't, we weren't expecting to bring her home until her due date. But I'm telling you, she was in there strong. The second day, they were like, she just has everybody up here laughing and she's just our favorite baby. I'm like, she's supposed to be healing. She ain't supposed to be there clowning. Like, you are a premature baby. How do you got, a head full of hair. They was calling it Lego man hair.
What?
Because I was like, oh, she looked like a little Lego man. So then everybody in the NICU was calling my baby had Lego man hair.
That describes her hair.
Yes, it's like that snap-on hair. But she was in there freaking kicking it. And I'm like, yo, and she was so vibrant. If you look at her first picture, she's wide awake. Like, and I got a video of her, and I just posted it. And she's just looking. I'm like, you want to come home? And she's just like, over all of it. So
y'all doing too much.
Right, she's doing too much. So, but yeah, she came home way faster than we expected.
So how do you think your career has changed since you became a mom?
Right now, what I've been doing, I've performed a few times since I had her, but restructuring my jokes because, my whole setting, man, forget these kids. I'm living my life. I ain't never being tied down. Woohoo, boyfriend in every city. Like
Plan B?
Yeah. I did take a Plan B with this baby, by the way. She followed straight through that. So I was like, okay, you supposed to be here, I guess, because she didn't care nothing about that. I got the video of the Plan B I took with her, which is crazy. Because I always be posting and clowning, and I'm doing all this, and I need to post that video, too. That's going to go to Mom, and she's here anyway. But it's made me restructure my comedy, but I'm able to flip a lot of my old stuff because I'm sure there's a million women who thought like me, like I ain't never having no kids, and then all of a sudden you're like, pow, this baby stopped you dead in your tracks and alters, your life. And it's fun because I'm able to share the baby online, and that's part of comedy right now. A big part of comedy right now is now social media. So we're having a really good time on social media, just adding her into my comedy. So I love it. I have a lot of great jokes that I just can't wait for everybody to see. So it's fun for me.
I just saw this thing you did about like Cookie Monster, and you was pouring all the milk and cookies on your booties.
My goodness.
And Kalina's in the back just looking.
Yeah.
Your baby is so cute. I just love her.
Oh yeah, that little Cookie Monster show. We gonna win that too. That's $1,000 little prize.
Yes.
So we going shopping. Yeah, so she's helping me get money because I think the video is the funniest because the baby's in there and you're just pouring the baby's milk everywhere.
Right. So what's one thing you wish you would have known before you had a baby?
I don't even know if you can really put that into words because nothing, no matter what people tell you, nothing can actually prepare you for being a mother. I've helped raise a bunch of kids. Nothing I say can prepare you for it. I wish I would have known the damage it does to your body, honestly. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've spent a lot of time in and out of emergency rooms since I've had her, all related to the baby. They say you're not gonna sleep, but you don't understand what that means until you. The last time I was that tired, I pledged. I was online, like that's.
I got more sleep pledging than I got as a mom.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the last time that even compared to that type of tired. I don't know. I can't even. I know what I would say that I'm glad that I know is right now. I don't know if you guys heard the thing with baby food, which I've already known about, homemade baby food. They done found over like 87 different metals inside of baby food right now. The processed one. So make your own food. If I'm gonna give out any advice of something, I'm glad I know now that I didn't know, wasn't really thinking about maybe 3 years ago, was make your own freaking baby food.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for any of it.
I don't think you ever can be. I feel like, you just, even if you read all the books and you do all the classes, like, there's nothing that prepares you for becoming a mom. You just gotta do it. It's like training while you, like, learning as you go, basically.
It is. I will say what is the worst part, what I hate the most about being a mother, is the level of worry. When we had that earthquake and I was outside and I was watching my house shake and I didn't have my baby in my arms, I have never been so terrified. And I used to teach disaster preparedness, so I know running into a building or running out during an earthquake is the worst thing you can do. So I have to wait for this to stop so that I can run in. And at that point, I just pulled out my phone and I'm like, could barely talk and I'm shaky. But I'm trying to be authentic as I can in my journey and showing people. I hate the way that I worried. I hate, and the fact that they say that never goes away, I hate that about motherhood. Because all of us is only a minute in. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
Compared to a lifetime of, because we're somebody's babies. You know what I'm saying? So the level of worry is like, crazy to me. And I think my biggest thing is I'm fearful of a lot of stuff, even though I'm really rebellious in a lot of ways. I don't want to pass all my fears to my baby either. And so managing that is like hard as well.
I feel that. No, the where your mind goes, if you don't tell yourself to stop thinking, it's terrible.
And the mommy guilt associated with stuff is just as bad. Like, you just always feel guilty about everything. Oh, Lord. Okay, we got to get out of here. Kanisha, I just love talking to you. Where can we find you on social media?
Okay, so Kanisha is comedy, Kanisha is comedy, and that's for my all around well-rounded, you know what I'm talking about, where you can find everything. But I also have a mom page. It's Momish. It's MON. How you spell mom? MOM_ish. And another underscore. You know what I'm saying? And there's going to be a lot of exclusive content coming to there from this journey that I've documented. I've been editing it down. So follow me there, and my fan page on Facebook, which is Kanisha Buss. So everything is pretty much Kanisha Buss. You can find me. So
you can find her.
You can find me with my
Find her. Make sure you find her.
And my baby is named after Bone Thugs and Harmony, Kalina Harmony. Yes.
She is.
Yes,
She
she
is.
is.
Okay. Before we get out of here, we always like to leave you with some inspiration. This segment's called I'm Fine, which most of us are never fine.
Yeah, right.
So we like to leave you with a quote. You know, make sure you're both mentally, spiritually, physically healthy. Today, Megan has a scripture.
Yes. It's actually a scripture that helps me because we were talking about mommy guilt, mommy worry. This helps me every single time I'm like so worried, like what's gonna happen, like whether it's career, family, friends, whatever. I always go back to this verse. It's my go-to. It's Matthew 6:25-34, but I'm gonna just skip through it. That is why I tell you not to worry about everyday life. Whether you have enough food and drink or enough clothes to wear, isn't life more than food and your body more than clothing? Seek the kingdom of God above all else and live righteously, and He will give you everything you need. So don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today's trouble is enough for today. Okay, and that's in Matthew 6 if you need that as your inspiration. But for real, because I feel like I worry so much about like look. I worry about his college, his future, who he's gonna marry. Like, am I gonna be a good mom? Is he gonna want to hang out with me when he's a teenager? Like, that is so far from now. Let me just worry about what he gonna eat for lunch today. Let's just start there.
You will find yourself arguing. We argue because I wanted to play Zeta, of course, and he's like, and my baby ain't getting played from it. And we're having a full argument for 30 minutes in and then go, yo, that ain't even for like 20 years. Right. We are tearing up the house beefing over this. Now she blue and white all day. Like, I'm really going in. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this ain't even for 20 years, yo. Like, what are we doing right now? He'd be like, I'm going to school with her every school dance. I'm like, yo, we not even there yet. we not there.
Yeah, so don't worry about tomorrow because that has its own trouble. Just handle today. That's it. So thank you guys so much for taking time with us, taking a break with us. We enjoyed it. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe to our podcast. And on social media, we're at MNAB Podcast. So follow us. You can follow me, Megan Thomas at McScoop, all over the internet.
And me at She is Marisa Johnson. She is Marisa Johnson.
Oh Lord, we have more.
She is Marisa J.
Exactly. And where can we find you on Kanisha?
Kanisha is comedy or Momish. Kanisha Buss. I'm everywhere.
All right, you guys will see you next time. Thanks for taking a break. Bye.